investor and corporate. Welcome to SET Digital Roadshow Quarter 1 2021 Performance Review. This session will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. During Q&A, investor may leave the questions in the meeting room chat box or use raise hand function. Then we will open the microphone so you can ask the question to the company directly. May I now invite NIRVANA DAII Public Company Limited to start the presentation, please.
Thank you very much and welcome everyone. Looks like there are some investors or some analysts joining already. So good morning. I will be the main presenter for the day, Jerry Nustit, the CFO for NVD. And with me also Dr. Karayani in the capacity of investor relations joining us as well. Okay, let me share the slide. Can you all see okay? Okay, I guess if there's no one, if you cannot see, please raise your voice. Otherwise, I'll go ahead. Basically, this is a summary of what happened in the first quarter. We see some recovery in terms of walks, in terms of conversion rate in the first quarter, with a small remark there that this is pre-wave 3 of COVID-19. So it's not really representing the impact to the overall business communities. Relatively strong pre-sales continue Q on Q, mostly in the landed residential segment, as most of you would expected. And there was some positive momentum in one of our products, which is the home office, under the brand of NIRVANA at Work, which transferred quite well in the first quarter. While banyan trees continue. Banyan tree, actually, I should say the condominium segment actually provide a strong contribution to the revenue and the margins. Both of them, the ultra luxury segment as well as the what you call it, low rise specific demand condominium, which we have launched I think about 2 years back, and start realizing revenue in the first quarter this year for the first quarter. The financial, so obviously good transfer, so it translates to a pretty healthy earnings in the first quarter. And the balance sheet really has not big change. We'll go into detail afterward, and then maybe a touch on the outlook a little bit toward the end. Okay, let's go into detail of all those summary at the top. As you can see, the walks, which is the first graph on the left here, in dark blue, is the walk count, the number of visitors that come into our entire project, which I think concurrently running at about 15 projects. We're talking almost 1,000 walks in the first quarter. Again, this is pre-wave 3. It looks better than the fourth quarter, which is really the anxieties created by the wave 2. The conversion rate remained firm at about 5%. It translates into pre-sales at this trend. So the pre-sales not so bad, especially when compared to the first quarter, the first shock in first quarter 2020. People learning to live with COVID-19, I guess. So there's some good pre-sales. I wouldn't say all that good, but relatively healthy pre-sale in the first quarter. And like I said, most of it is coming from landed residential. And in terms of transfer, the spike that you see in second quarter 2019, especially the top part, which is the condominium segment, translate into revenue in the first quarter of 2021 as the condominium, what you call it, the most Isarapap started transfer for the first quarter toward, I guess in March, toward the end of the first quarter. So the total revenue from transfer of sales of real estate stand around almost 700 million baht, which is, I mean, comparing to the 8 prior quarters, is not bad. Given that we are sobering out of COVID in the second wave. This was actually a slide that we used for the update about 2 weeks ago, I guess. We just wanted to bring back maybe NIRVANA at Work home office, one of our products on the landed residential segment had contributed quite strongly. So we thought we put it back up so you all can kind of a reminder that we also have this product as well. Strong transfer for this segment, especially for NIRVANA at Work Lamintra. Possible catalyst is basically we next normal, whatever you call it, is demand for home office, which is relatively better in terms of controlling the virus spread. Obviously, being in your own space, like the background that you see, we are in one of our home office projects. This one is along the Prasad Manukit, or another name is Praset Navamin Road. It's a standalone home office. Only your employee gets to come in, and so you can kind of do much better control as opposed to a large office building in central Bangkok, where you mingle and you get to use the common facilities with the rest of the employees of other companies as well. So we like to believe that it's a positive trend for us in terms of this product segment. Another catalyst would also be the Pink Line SkyTrain. The construction progressed quite well. So obviously a lot of space of home office would be a new way of conducting your business. This is a example, actually the show unit for this project right here. You can come and have a look for yourself if you in town. The other big contributors in terms of revenue in the first quarter was obviously Banyan Tree, the ultra luxury segment condominium. For backlog unit, worth around 300 million baht were transferred in the first quarter. The other 6 backlog worth about almost 570 million baht remain at the end of the first quarter. Banyan Tree contribute about 42% of the revenue from sales of real estate in the first quarter. This is the low-rise condominium in the vicinities of Siriraj Hospital. It's completed and started transfer the first few units in the first quarter in March. This one we like to highlight from the point of view that I guess if you follow NIRVANA DAII for a while, you would see that our products geared toward the high-end segment. The entry level for the landed residential is about 7 million baht house under the brand of NIRVANA Define. But for the condominium segment, smallest that you could get is in the price point of about 20 million baht, 1 bedroom, 70 square meters unit, riverfront unit. So obviously the entry level for condominium has been quite high. So this is actually the first project which we bring down the affordabilities for those who fantasize NIRVANA products like our product, like our DNA, could enter into our product with about price point of about 3 million baht for 1 unit of these low-rise condominium. This is our approach in terms of mass, quote unquote, mass product in terms of condominium is really it's not probably not like other developers. We don't specifically stick around the SkyTrain line. We look for pocket of demands where there are large communities that can absorb the demand. For this specific case, the most Isarapap is only about 800 meters from Siriraj Hospital. I guess you can relate quite well in this situation where those medical personnel are quite busy fighting with COVID-19, and so they would probably need some dwelling or residential space close to their work. That's from the point of view of people who work in Siriraj Hospital. But there's also some demand that for those whose family members have to be hospitalized for a long time. So it rents itself perfectly for those in need to be close to the hospital, for the family to be close to the hospital, for the family to be, close to the family member who's been hospitalized. So this is low-rise condominium project with about 193 units available. The backlog at year end 2020 was about 470 million baht. We transferred the first 49 units in March 2021. It's just so you know that what it's like. Basically, we bring back the essence of our single house product and try to put this DNA into the condominium as well. As you can see the back here, the columns for the elevators is in the back behind this tree, and then once you come out, you don't see the door of the first unit, right? You get this corridor that you walk when the tree grows big. This would be quite serene in terms of green and walkway corridor leading into units on left and right of it. So this is one of the NIRVANA DNA for the single house that we put into our condominium as well. This one we picked it out to highlight a little bit. This is actually the revenue on the second line, called revenue from construction contract. We've been trying to build this as a supplementary revenue stream. The bread and butter from this is really the build to order houses in our own project. We actually sells, as a reminder, we actually sells house in two different ways. Obviously, the completely built units, we sell straight across land and house at the same time. But there are usually some what we call build to order units in the project as well. This is really our strategy from the inception of NIRVANA development. Originally, we created this. We what you emphasize on this business model is for the reason that capital requirement. It's basically asset light approach in the sense that we could be transferring the land upon the sales, and that transfer and that inflow could be repaid in terms of pre-financing much quicker. And historically, about halfway through the project, we are usually debt free. The project is usually debt free by then. So it's really the old model that we have been using for a long time. But in the recent days, we apply this with the what we call turnkey project. This is another also very good example of asset light strategy in terms of for the fact that we don't have to acquire the land. We partner with the landlord. Okay. For I guess the top part of the pictures, you can see NIRVANA Beyond new series. We use this product to partner with a landlord of the Bang Natrat road. We didn't buy the land. We actually provide the service of turnkey service from the design of the layout, construction, QC, sales and marketing, after sales service and home care. The whole spectrum of the service. The landlord just get to enjoy appreciated land price rather than being selling the low rent to developers. For us, we don't have to taking a loan to buy the land. For consumer, they're not subject to double markup in terms of margin. So it's a good ecosystem in terms of business model. Bread and butters of this is actually construction of the house in the project and in a turnkey solution. But on the bottom half of this slide, it's actually our attempt to utilize the capacities at the Nakhon Pathom factory, precast factory, which was a byproduct of the M&A activities done in early 2017. That's when the name DAII came into the picture. We I guess starting from 2020, we have been going out to business client that we sell precast panels and precast structure, along with the installation service to other developer which can use precast structures on top of the fencing products that DAII has been selling, I guess 15-20 years ago now. But in 2020, we have done quite a bit in terms of non-residential development. As you can see, we provide construction service to gas station. I mean, this is really a strategic move that we would like to diversify from the residential segment, which is subject to up and down of the economy. The more that we can add this revenue stream would entail a much better smoothen out in terms of revenue and earnings. So we thought that we discuss this a little bit as we grow. In terms of financials, first quarter we talking about total revenue of 740 million baht. Obviously, like mentioned earlier, big improvement from the first quarter last year, and actually stronger in terms of, compared to the prior quarter as well. Bottom line is about 61 million baht, and the distribute to the owner of the parent company of about 41 million baht. I guess I won't go into detail. I guess leave that up to the Q&A. But margin seems obviously squeezed a little bit compared to the first quarter last year, but actually better than the fourth quarter, prior quarter. Balance sheet, as mentioned before, haven't changed that much. There's some reclassification within the asset line itself, as the construction of the most translate from cost of property development into inventory, and that's basically it for the asset. For the liabilities, there's some downtrending of the debt level as we transfer these units and recognize it as revenue and repayment along the way. So I guess debt down about 400 million baht, ending the quarter at about 6.6 billion baht compared to the end of last year. In terms of outlook, these are the current project, and the significant part in terms of backlog posted below, with Banyan Tree being number one, almost 570 million baht. The remaining backlog for the most is almost 300 million baht. The beyond, this is a turnkey solution project beyond Bang Na at U Park. Remaining construction revenue that to be recognized is about 200 million baht. The next 169 million, this is actually the JV project with the Daiwa House Japan. And lastly, the NIRVANA element. This is also a new, relatively new project, landed residential that bring down the affordability as well. In terms of land bank, at the end of the first quarter, I think it's unchanged from the end of the last year. We're talking about 295 right available for development. On this page, I think I would remark a little bit that we've been talking all along that we are under asset and liabilities rebalancing, coming out of the the deal at the shareholder levels at the end of last year or early part of this year, there's some increase in cost of debt for us due to the change of shareholding structure. So we need to rebalance asset. I guess what I mean by that, it's actually creating the efficiencies. When the cost of debts go up, I guess most logical way to deal with it is to reduce the debt. Reducing the debt meaning some land which is probably not what's the good word, not ready for development at current stage of the economy, which is impacted by COVID-19. We would rather liquidate it, okay, and so that way we reduce the debt also. That's our way of coping with the impact. But at the same time, we also enable other things in terms of opportunities. Don't be mistaken by the fact that we just liquidate the land. We actually it could be considered as strategic liquidation. Some of the land along the street by itself is not it's not good to develop into residential anyway. I mean, residents would be exposed to noise, dust, all those pollution with the big street. And for example, this one right here, 209.7 right here, land next to the road, I think collectively as 1 kilometers long. Obviously, building a house next to a 10-lane road is not something that would be solution in terms of living down the line when this road actually fully developed. Sinakarin Romkrao Road here to us is actually, we foresee that could be the second Ekamai Ramintra Road in the future. So obviously those land next to the road lend itself into commercial space. It is much more logical. So we're working with partners in terms of developing land next to the big road into commercial space. There's various kind of commercial space, anything ranging from typical retail commercial all the way to medical related commercial space as well. So to recap on the strategic direction for 2021, we still trying to stick with it. For new project, 7 billion baht in the pipeline, 11 ongoing project worth about 12 billion baht. And land trading here is actually what I spent some time talking about, asset liability rebalance. We would be the downfall would be the land sales along the way, and obviously the quarter every 3 months checkpoint quarterly results might not reflect the true picture. So I would encourage all of you who are professional analysts to kind of see the overall pictures of the whole thing. Basically, this is summary key takeaway for the first quarter, and it's actually the same bullet points of the first introduction slide. So I guess this is the end of the presentation, and any questions that being asked in the system? I cannot see because the slideshow. Anyway, how are we doing on time?
Yeah, we now have 15 more minutes for Q&A session. So if who has any question, please send through the chat box or open your microphone to ask a question. Thank you.
You may have. Okay. I'll repeat that. There's one question coming in. Could you comment on the latest change in shareholders of NVD? Okay. Good. Thank you. Actually, I don't know how much I can comment because it's really shareholders affair. But I guess I think last week we released some PR piece that stating something along the line that Kun Chatchai Vijayasombatgun becoming the major shareholders. His shareholding, I think on 6th, right? 6th of January of June, hit 25%. It's basically I think is an addition into in property investment of Vijayasombat Gun Group. From to my knowledge is that Kun Chatchai has been fascinated by the property development and properties investment, and so up until now, I think the group has been investing into office building, also in the hotel business, nothing in residential. It's I think it's I to my knowledge is that the two family has been in talk for a while. I think according to the form 247-3, you can kind of see already that the shareholder the SPA was signed back in April, and so they been in talk for a long time, and the obviously the asset. I mean, for those who look into detail, you could kind of see that there are potential value quite a bit in the asset base of NVD. Given that NIRVANA DAII has been in residential segment for I think altogether more than 15 years now. It's a perfect match in terms of overall property investment for Vijayasombat Group. We are specialists in residential, while the family has been fascinating in property, but the investment contained into the hotel and home and offices. So we look forward to good cooperation, and I think for us, having a major group as a shareholders, uh, obviously should strengthen the NVD to another level. Okay. As you grow, how are you competing with the current market leaders like AP, Land and House Qualities, and Allied? Um, Excellent question. I think we would focus in our segment. Obviously, everyone has their strategy. We I think we touch on that a little bit in the outlook page, that we actually are market leaders in terms of product. uh, I think this is back about 10 years ago when Nirvana Beyond was launched for the first time. uh, it was the first three-story single house product that was introduced to the market. At that point, no one really believed in three stories single house. Everyone was doing two stories. But I guess the CEO, the founder of the company, identified these pocket of demand, as I mentioned, and he designed. I mean, he designed the product that fits into that demand perfectly. I think and the fact that our location was also a big part of the value creation in the whole thing. Those customers who bought the first Beyond houses today, they are much into the money in terms of value as well. Besides being having the house to live in, their asset base actually went up because all those land along Ramanai Road has appreciated so much in value. Uh, that's actually our standing. Okay. Product is the key. Location that provide value appreciation for the customer 10 year, 15 year, 20 years down the line is a big selling point for all of us. Obviously, it's not the same as those big names that you mentioned. Whoever asked that question, we we look ahead for our customers as well in terms of future value. มีอีกไหมครับ
ไม่มี
Okay. How much time we have left ครับ
10 นาที
We have 7 minutes ค่ะ
7 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Any other question, guys?
One more question ค่ะ in the chat box.
Okay.
อ๋อเนี่ย
let's see.
How much do you anticipate spending on new land acquisition every year?
Oh, okay, land acquisition spending. I think in the budget we expect something like 500 500 towards it's we earmark something between 500 to a billion baht every year. But as you can see, the balance that we have on the balance sheet today is already 300, right? I think that those earmarks is really for those opportunities that might come across. We two out of 300 rights that we have on the land bank, 200 of them is in one location. So I mean, we also do these kind of things that help us to diversify into other area as well. So don't be surprised that we would sell some piece along Kuntep Grita to acquire other piece in the other area. That would also answer question. I mean, also answers our strategic drive in terms of what do you call it, product mix as well. I mean, we still considering townhouse market at about 5 million baht price point, and we believe that a unique product, a unique design, a unique use space, use of space at 5 million baht price point should answers to the current market a little bit better than what we have right now. So having said that, there's also possibilities that if a piece of land come across that fits into this segment that we want to do, that would be some land acquisition. So to answer your question in such a long answer, about 500 to 1 billion baht. Okay, one more question coming in. Given Thailand, should I should not mention the name. Given recent excitement about crypto, ICO token, and so forth, is the company looking into this? I've been ordered to study without reviewing too much. I'm looking at one platform, one ecosystem that not exactly being too much into crypto communities, but more from the view that of instrument that expand market for us, expand customer base for us, actually, I should say. I think thus far there are some development that we see in terms of our product and our addressable market. There are some analysis that we could see that our product could appeal to certain segment, but that certain segment not necessarily can afford that product, our product, at the current situation. So we're looking at something that would alleviate the burden in terms of at the purchase. So like I said, I it's very early of the stage in our studies of this instrument. So I rather not saying that much more than this, but yes, we looking into some hybrid things that not exactly crypto, but to really adapt new ideas, adapt new way, new normal, next normal, and make at the same time making our product affordable to wider target audience. Sounds abstract, I understand, but that's as much as I can say at the moment. Okay, I guess that's about time anyway. Any more questions? Kun Kalayani is here, open at any time, 24/7 for your questions to come in through the mail to Investor Relations. And I guess I we would like to thank all of you to join the call today. Until next time, I guess coming soon for the second quarter results. We'll see you then. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
On behalf of the Stock Exchange of Thailand, I would like to thank you, investor and corporate, for joining the conference. We look forward to welcome you all again in the next quarter. Thank you very much and have a good day ค่ะ
Okay, thank you ครับ